All right, so
frame and axles and wheels, engine, drivetrain, it's all done, ready to go.
Okay.
And it runs.
in this frame, you had to use your own press to straighten out the frame, and
Yeah, the frame was bent.
yeah.
Took all the cross members out of it. Put these long rails in the press, straightened them, and welded sections in them wherever they needed it. Put them back like it was when it was new, and then put all the cross members back in and rivet it together just like the factory did, and put it back like it when it was new.
And then, so like if you welded, like if there was a chunk missing right here, you would weld a piece of metal in there, sand it down, and paint over it, basically? Is that right?
Yeah, there's some in there. You can't tell it. Because when I sanded the welds and painted them, and it looks just like, yeah, you can't see the welds when I got done.
How long did it take you to get the frame all put back together and weld everything to where it was finished like this?
Probably a month.
Wow. And then that engine right there, is that a new engine? Is that the original engine from the truck?
That's the original 1956 engine. All the parts have been sandblasted and put in a hot tank and cleaned, and then everything's remachined inside and all new parts.
Did you do that, or did somebody do that for you?
I did everything except like true the crankshaft up. It takes a special machine. To rebore the cylinders takes a special machine. So I sent it to Wichita for 2 or 3 operations like that. And then I put all the new parts in.
Gotcha.
And check everything to make sure the clearances are right, that it's going to run right. But I've done a lot of engine work over the years.
You rebuilt the engine on Molly's old truck, right? Didn't you? So can you start that up and run it right now if you wanted to?
I could. I don't have my battery charged up.
No, I'm not asking you to. I just didn't know.
But yes, if I put the battery in it, put a little gas in my little temporary tank over there, it'll fire right up and sit there and run.
So that's is that the transmission right there?
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah, that's
And the gear shift that'll go up.
It's a floor shift.
How many speeds is
4.
that?
4.
There you go.
Yeah, when you got a 4-speed and a pickup back then, you didn't get a little floor shifter. You got this big old thing.
Yeah. So that steering wheel, will you fancy it up at all, or do you put a horn going there or anything?
Yeah. Yeah, the lower end of the steering's all the rebuilt stuff's been done, but there's a way to fill these holes. I'm not going to do it, and this can be refurbished, but I actually have a new one over here.
Oh,
on
okay.
the
You're
shelf.
gonna put a new steering wheel on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to get a new reproduction steering wheel. It's an exact copy of this.
And is this a rear wheel drive?
Yeah.
Cars,
Yeah, back
or?
then there weren't any front wheel drives except in Europe. A few cars in Europe. Yeah, it's rear wheel drive.
Is this thing being held up by a zip tie?
Yeah, there's another cable that goes up in the cab for the emergency brake to pull.
Gotcha. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's the emergency.
So you'll
brake.
attach that later.
Yeah, because the cable would have been in the way without the cab on it.
That radiator doesn't look brand new. Is that have to be refurbished at all, or is that the way you?
Well, I can run it with this radiator,
Okay.
but before I finish it, it's going to get a new radiator.
Gotcha.
Because I don't like the dents and ripples in this tank.
Yeah.
And that's an old radiator core. And it can't get all the fins straightened. And it probably wouldn't cool good anyway. Yeah, it's going to get a new radiator.
Gotcha.
And just so I don't have any troubles in that area.
Is this, and these tires are new tires?
No, they're just temporary.
Oh, okay.
It's going to get different rims and tires.
Will they have white walls on them or any of that old?
Well,
vintage?
they could.
Yeah.
In 1956, some cars had white walls already.
Yeah.
The pickup.
Did yours, the original one you had?
No.
You want yours to look just like the one you had, right?
Yeah, so it'll have black wall tires.
Okay. Can you buy brand new tires that are just like those old ones, or is that what you do?
Yeah, there's some specialty places that there's enough demand for these restoration cars and pickups that they make some of those old tires again, and they're costly. But yeah, you can get a tire that looks.
Is this the bumper right here? This,
Yeah, it hasn't been refurbished yet.
Are you going to do that on your metal press too? Or I mean, on your.
Actually, it's not bent.
Okay.
That's the factory shape.
Okay.
It kind of curls around. I'll sandblast it.
Yeah.
And fill in any dings and then paint it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Of course, I did all that on that old tractor too. See,
This one right here?
This one's it's completely restored. I need to wash it. It's dirt all over. So these fenders had to have all the dents